I picked up this really pretty plaque from Lowe's. It was about $7. I'm going to paint it with our Wise Owl gray primer. I really like the color of this primer, so I'm just going to leave it at this, and I'm going to give it a sanding once it dries. I have this adorable stencil from StudioR12.com, and it's of 3 gnomes. It has 2 stencils in it. One's the gnomes and then some flowers. I'm going to center it, put a piece of tape to hold it, and I'm going to be working with different size dabbers. And then you're going to want some art brushes as well. Starting with our snow owl, I'm going to tape off at the top of the beard for now. I'm going to fill in the beard on all 3 gnomes. This is going to end up looking more like a painting. I'm not going to worry about going outside the lines. I'm not going to worry about my paint mixing with each other. We're just going to have fun with it. So once all the white is filled in, I'm going to grab a small dabber and remove this tape. And my Republic Red. I'm going to take the plate that I was working with, the snow owl, and mix the red and the snow owl together and create a pink. And I fill in the nose. And then I'm going to go back in with the white dabber and just clean up any pink that I got into the beard area. This is atomic blue. I'm going to fill in the shoes with the atomic blue. This is graphic slate. And I'm going to dab this color on the gnome to the left and the gnome to the right's hat. Now the key to this stencil is to have very little paint on your dabber. You want to load on your plate, and then I unload. You don't want to go in with a lot of heavy paint. And it may take a couple coats to fill it in the color that you want to get full coverage. So I'm taking the white dabber into the graphic slate, just kind of making it kind of like a marble textured look. Then I'm going to take some blackberry for the center gnome's hat. I'm going to take a dabber with some white and create polka dots on the hat to the left and the hat to the right. So when you lift your stencil, you're going to realize that you have the spaces. So I'm just going to fill those spaces in with an art brush. And the key to make it look blended is, the art brush is going to have a different stroke. So I just take the tip of my brush and just do that dabbing motion to try to give it the same texture as you would with the dabber. You want to just start filling in that gap. Now I'm taking some white, the snow owl, and I'm giving my beards a little wispies at the end and not make it look so perfect. And it's going to fill that gap between the shoes and the beard. So this is a second board I did the exact same stencils on, and I'm going to demonstrate the flowers. Now again, you just kind of want to be prepared to kind of create your own image basically from what they're giving you. So I put the stencil on and it kind of looks like a little bit of a blob, but that's okay. I just went in with an art brush and I started kind of just figuring out my own flowers and used the stencil as a pattern. So I'm just adding some white, I'm adding some red, Republic red, putting a center in. This is some Dijon for the center of the other two flowers. Then I'm going to go in with some dried thyme and create some leaves. I'm going in with some more white. And now to finish my project off, I'm going to be using our mesh stencil called Be Still and Know. You can find the paint and the mesh stencil at chocolatefancy.com. And I'm cutting off the end that said Be Still and Know. I'm going to place it across this particular plaque. I went across the beards. The other one had a little bit more room and I did it underneath the gnomes. And you want to just take your finger and burnish throughout the screen stenciled area. And I'm going to be using a Maker Studios chalk paste and our redesigned by Prima rubber spreader. I'm really loving this spreader. It's just the perfect size. It comes with two, a medium and a small. And I would kind of favor this small one. And you just want to get that paste into the screen. Now with the paste, a lot of people like the concept of that you can wash it off and redo a project. Once you lift your stencil, you want to give your paste a few hours to dry. If you decide to add a top coat, as I'm going to show you in just a moment, this is Be Still and Know. I think it came out really cute. And I love this plaque. It had a few hangers on it. And I picked this up at Hobby Lobby for $2.90. So it was a good find. So here's our 1 hour enamel. It's been a few hours from Be Still and Know. My paste, my flowers are dry. And I'm just going to take a good coat of the 1 hour enamel, cover my entire board, and let it sit. It does dry in an hour. And you can find this at chalkitupfancy.com. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. For other tutorials, go check us out on YouTube. You can now watch all our videos at chalkitupfancy.com. For any paint products, tissue paper transfers, or our mesh stencils, chalkitupfancy.com.